This week on the Too Heavy Wrestling Podcast.
What Schism even is.
The pieces fit, but I want the all away. Dude, could you imagine Ava Rain shows up, who basically just looks like The Rock with long hair, takes off that mask with her big jaw, and it's just I'm Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Too Heavy Wrestling Podcast. You got myself, we got Zach, we got Eddie, the OG3 coming at you.
Haha.
Now, I'm not going to lie to you guys. Wasn't very impressed with this week in wrestling.
I don't even know what happened on Raw.
If I'm being honest, when we sat down to start talking about this week, I looked Eddie in his face. I said, Eddie, tell me 3 things that happened on Raw, and he kind of just...
Dommy and Mommy were there. That's pretty cool.
He goes, Dom lost a match, and I said, to who?
I still can't tell you.
Yeah, like
I think that's been the problem for the last little while, is that WWE they can't get off the high of the pay-per-view they just got done with.
Yeah.
And Money in the Bank was great.
It really was.
The follow-up just wasn't enough to remember.
If you want to know how great it was, check out last week's episode, the review of the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, youtube.com/tooheavywrestling. Is that our URL?
It's too heavy.
YouTube.doc.
You sound like the kid.
If you with your dreams, youtube.com/tooheavy. All right. So, we did, however, it's Friday night for us. We just finished watching SmackDown.
Can you speak?
The Tribal Chief. Should I just restart? Should we just start all over?
No.
All right.
Hold on. Rick Boogs made a cameo tonight.
Rick Boogs did make a cameo.
Rick Boogs
Inside
literally
joke.
thought the ambulance that Jimmy Uso got loaded in was his Uber.
He was like, why is this guy driving away with the car I paid for? I paid for it.
He was just there. That's all.
But yeah, we just finished watching SmackDown. The Tribal Chief court thing happened. It was okay.
The whole episode was a weird format.
It wasn't really a court, if we're going to be honest.
Well,
the whole episode was just a weird format.
So Roman at one point was like, he set up the perfect, like, someone's surprise entrance. He goes, whose authority are we doing this tribal court? Who has the authority to call me into this ring? And then just silence. I was like, that would be the perfect time for like Rikishi or the Wild Samoans or someone to show up and be like, I brought you here, Roman, blah, 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 and like go through that whole thing. But no, it just was that. And it wasn't necessarily the worst segment, but it was over 30 minutes.
Right.
It was a while.
For nothing.
Yeah. The biggest fallout to it is Jimmy was hurt, got ambulanced away to a local health facility or whatever they call it.
They're replaying 2020 because why does Jimmy have to be hurt for Jay to do this, though?
Well, I mean, when you look at the last 3 years of the Bloodline story, or at least specifically like the last 6 or 8 months, Jay was the one who was trying to glue it all together and get Jimmy and Roman to get on the same page. So when he gets eliminated, it actually does make a little bit more sense that he's now incensed. And I think essentially at the end of the show, we set up. It looks like we set up Jay versus Roman at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
I also hate to say Jimmy's more of a supporting character in all of this, regardless, just based off the past 3 years. Like,
yeah,
it kind of makes the most sense just to put him in that role. Like Solo, I guess a little spotlight because him picking up the lay.
Solo is getting the whole maybe I'm the next Tribal Chief story. So Solo has his thing. Roman is obviously the centerpiece. And then you have Jay trying to take it away from Roman. And Jimmy, kind of like to your point, is there to support Jay essentially. So I was half expecting a Sami and Kevin interference. But
I'm very happy they're not making them involved anymore. This is strictly now the bloodline implosion,
Yeah,
and no one else is inside of it.
I agree with that to the extent of everything up until if Jey Uso takes the belt off Roman, but if and when Jey takes the belt off Roman, then I want Sami to show up.
Right.
Because he's still because it'll be less about being there against Roman and a lot more about being there for Jey, which is what he's been trying to do this whole time.
If it is tribal court, has Sami actually been kicked out of the bloodline, like officially? I feel like we haven't heard that either.
Well, we were supposed to have that tribal court, and then it got canceled. So I guess technically not, but I imagine with him taking the belts off the Usos, they're not very happy with him.
My feeling with it is that at Money in the Bank, when they had them overwatching the match, was kind of their way of saying, "Hey, we're not involved in this anymore."
We're spectating just like everyone else.
Right.
Yeah, they specifically put physical distance between them in the ring,
Which is like one of the gripes you brought up last week.
Yeah.
I mean, with the like they didn't pan to show Sami and Kevin again,
not once.
But I feel like that's what it was. It was that we're not involved in this at all anymore.
Yeah,
it's them. Like they're falling apart now.
Yeah. So essentially, coming out of this week of wrestling, I mean, there's a couple SummerSlam matches. It looks like we're getting set up. Jey versus Roman, probably for the belt.
Yeah,
right.
There was some stuff going on with Asuka's title. Looks like we might get a triple threat there.
And we got a women's title match next week between her and Bianca. So, like, it's like, are they going to bounce the title back and forth to a triple threat?
No, what? So they had. So was it last week Asuka versus Charlotte, right?
And yeah, Bianca and then it was Money in the Bank.
So this week or next week, it'll be Asuka versus Bianca, and Charlotte will interfere.
Yeah, and now we have Io kind of been thrown in the mix too because she teased a cash in tonight too.
Yeah, which. So. Does she have to cash in on her show, or could she could cash in on Rhea if she wanted?
Just like Damian could go out for Roman if he wants to.
I just remember they did a little spot with that on Raw.
Yeah.
I wonder if being the Money in the Bank contract holder means you're a free agent now.
I think only for a title situation.
That's kind of how it's always been. You don't necessarily need the title of free agent, but that contract means you can do whatever the hell you want, essentially.
Whenever, too.
Yeah.
So. If it pertains to the champion, though.
Right.
Yeah.
So I guess Money in the Bank title holders or contract holders rather get free reign to be on whatever show.
Yeah.
Cool stipulation I think we should add to the Money in the Bank contract. It should be like the 24/7 hardcore title rule.
They can get pinned for it whenever they want?
Yeah, like in their sleep. Like we just hear the next morning, like, we just hear the next morning, Damian Priest pinned Roman Reigns at 2:00 in the morning.
Oh, you want it to be like that?
Yeah.
I thought you were saying people can defeat the Money in the Bank contract holder for the contract in a 24/7.
Oh, no.
I was like, what?
No,
that sounds
not like that.
Awful.
The 24/7 title was poorly planned, I guess is a good way to put it.
It was poorly executed because it wasn't planned.
I mean, the hardcore title in like the first year was really good.
Yeah.
I think Crash Holly made the title Mankind made the title cool because it was meant for him, and then it kind of got flip-flopped around. Then Crash Holly made something of it and made it like really funny and made it more of a gimmick.
Yeah. And then you had people like RVD.
RVD's just cool in general.
Yeah. I want to get under Eddie's skin real quick, but Karrion Kross
is tonight is the night I have given up.
On Karrion Kross or on WWE booking?
On Karrion Kross. Because if he loses in 3 minutes when you pushed him when you did, like throughout NXT, like even if he got released, you brought him back and you tried to make him look really powerful when you brought him back.
Yeah, they brought him back during that Drew and Roman, right? It was Drew and Roman, yeah.
You beat the hell out of Drew. You even got a win off of Drew. Like he got a win off AJ, but like everyone was surprised he got a win off AJ. Yeah. Why?
Well, I mean, he just got a loss to AJ tonight in under 3 minutes. Is that what you were saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's I think
I just have no words. It's just like, again, like why even bring him back? I mean, yes, could they somehow redeem him in some way? Maybe, but the way it's going, it just seems like it's always a rubber match feud with anybody he touches, and he ends up coming on the short end of the stick.
Well, and that's not even limited to carrying, because I've been saying it for months now. WWE is in this trilogy phase. Every feud is blown off in a best of 3 series, whether they format it like that or not. That's what ends up happening.
Right.
So
Also, Grayson Waller and Edge.
that was a good match.
Again, with the format, the way SmackDown ran,
Yeah.
it was just weird because you had the tribal court, then a match, then it went into the Grayson Waller effect,
Yeah.
and they both led to something later in the night with the same group of people.
Yeah, because the match with Edge and Grayson Waller didn't follow the Waller effect immediately. It was later in the night.
It was the main event before the main event segment,
Yeah.
where then we got the challenge for the title with Roman and Jay. So it was just a weird place thing, but it was just cool because Grayson Waller came up to the main roster with an injury. He had a broken leg, and so they're like, okay, well, your first match is going to be against Edge on his return after WrestleMania.
Well, and Edge Edge didn't put over Grayson Waller, but I would definitely say he gave him the rub.
He did the Undertaker to Jeff Hardy thing.
What's his name?
Grayson Waller?
Oh, I thought you said Wallen.
I did say Waller. I clocked that. I did say Grayson Waller.
Okay.
But I know it's Grayson Waller. But yeah.
He did the Jeff Hardy and Undertaker pass off thing. So like after the ladder match between Undertaker and Jeff Hardy when he was younger, he came back up to him and he was like, "You earn my respect" type thing.
Yeah.
So earlier in the night during the Grayson Waller effect, he was saying you're either going to sink or swim. So after the match, he lost, but Edge still came up and said, "You swam."
Yeah, he took a mic and then threw it at him.
Yep.
So
I'm not a big fan of. I know this is like his last hurrah, so I'll give a pass on this one. But Grayson Waller was the type of guy you want to push, in my opinion. Again, we've compared him to a better Austin Theory, which is like basically saying he's a better wall with paint drying, essentially.
Yeah.
Which, he totally is, because Austin Theory literally sucks.
Dude,
pointing that out.
Austin Theory showed up on the TV and you said this is the perfect time for me to go to the bathroom.
I said this is the perfect time for me to do literally anything else.
Yeah.
I actually went to go watch some paint dry actually when that match was going on.
Weird part that like the rumors being is that like LA Knight might get involved with the US title thing, but like we didn't get LA Knight today.
Do I even want LA Knight in the mid card or do I want him in the main event? Because he's 40 something.
I will give you this. I would rather have Rick Boogs as the United States champion, and I never thought I'd say that.
I think Rick Boogs is the perfect current candidate to enter the mid card and start something.
He just needs to. Well, he needs to do something, and I'd rather take him. I'd rather take a Rene Dupree. Anything.
You keep talking about Rene Dupree
because he was so bad.
Can we bring back Rico?
Yeah.
Excusez-moi. So what?
I just so coming out tonight though, I didn't want the Austin Theory and Sheamus thing to continue. I thought they were gonna have their title match and it'd just be done, but it seems like they're going into it.
Yeah.
So okay, come on.
But if you want to save a belt or a division,
who do you bring in?
You insert Nia Jax, and you let Nia Jax.
All right, hold on. We haven't done this before, but I'm gonna let Randy cook for a second.
Hold on, let him cook.
Oh my god, guys!
Do we need a graphic?
Guys, I'm not ready for this.
Okay, this is a new segment on Too Heavy. This is called Randy's Corner.
You
need to put Supreme Goku, but put Randy's face on him.
All right,
let him cook.
Will you just put Super Saiyan hair over me while I go over this? So if you wanna save, first off, we could actually solve a couple different things here. Let's talk about Austin Theory for a second. If you want to make Austin Theory more exciting, you could give him a manager. I don't know a better manager than Nia Jax.
Okay.
Give him a mouthpiece. And it's just Nia Jax. And every time her and Austin Theory show up, she says something about her hole. And then
my hole.
Yeah, and then Austin Theory like does like a punt kick to the opponent's butt or something.
I'll give you this. If Austin Theory did what the Von Villains do in their like promos where he literally doesn't speak and just words pop up on the screen, I'd be more entertained by that.
Actually, can we talk about the
also his gimmicks Atlanta?
No.
What?
I said you're getting Randy's Corner, but it's only for what you do.
Oh, well, I mean, it's over.
Okay, so we're not talking about what you just said because they've been gone for years.
Nia Jax was on TV this year.
Not her.
Who?
The vaudevillains.
Oh, the vaudevillains. Okay. I was like,
If you want to make Atlanta relevant, apparently you put Nia Jackson. If you want to make Austin Theory's gimmick relevant, tell the world that Nia Jax is from Atlanta or something.
what a weird gimmick.
Why?
His gimmick is
Why?
I'm from
Hold
Atlanta.
on.
Why?
So, what's the rock starter's name?
Ava Rain.
Ava Rain.
Yeah,
Uh,
NXT.
So,
Ava
perfect
something.
thing for Nia Jax is to have her become the new leader of Schism, whatever.
Schism.
Schism.
The Tool song.
What the hell?
It's a Tool song.
I
Schism.
know.
You're so fucking.
I really wish that was their theme song, by the way. How is it not? How
Have
is
you-
WWE?
Have
Could
you
you
seen
imagine?
Schism? Do you know what
I
Schism
know
even is?
the pieces fit,
but I watch the
all
door
away. Dude, could you imagine Ava Rain shows up, who basically just looks like The Rock with long hair, takes off that mask with her big jaw. It's just look, I shouldn't say big
What
jaw.
the-
She's actually a very nice young lady, and she's trying her best, and she's doing really well.
You even know who's in the group Schism?
Yeah, Ava Rain and others. Sorry.
Oh my god, calm down.
Sorry. But like, how do they not get that theme song?
Gosh.
and
Oh,
Rain and
alright.
others.
But like, but that's Schism for you, man.
Okay, well, they're dying. I guess now we're on my corner.
Hold on. Just I know we're not an NXT podcast, but did you realize on this last week of NXT that Shawn Michaels is so petty that he had the team within Schism win that wants to leave WWE in a loser leaves
Yeah.
NXT match?
I also saw, I saw a recent picture of Shawn Michaels, and he's literally aged 80 years in the past 10
It's
years.
crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Even when you go back and look at the match he had in Saudi with
He looks
DX,
older than my grandpa.
yeah, he looked young-ish there, like he looked his age, but he's just it's between the hair and the glasses. Zach, you got to tighten it up, bud. Bring
He's
it back.
still, look, Shawn Michaels is producing really good matches with
Yeah.
newer talent, so that's awesome. I think the reason they also had the Diamond Mine lose this past week is because they are a really, really exciting tag
Question.
team.
Who is
You mean
still
the
in
Creed
Diamond
brothers?
Mine?
Creed Brothers. No, they're still Diamond Mine.
No, they're Creed brothers.
Oh, they're not Diamond Mine?
No, they're the Creed brothers.
That's what I thought. I was like, I
They
don't
have
think
Diamond Mine tight still.
That's because
Yeah.
they haven't been on TV for so long, and when they got
I
told,
think
No,
they're
they're
gonna get
literally
called
on
up.
TV every single week for NXT.
I don't
Hey, but just you know who? I know Shawn makes good matches, but you know who makes good music?
who
Tool.
Tool. Just keep going into that.
All right. This is my corner now for the next 2 minutes.
Yeah, go
We're
on.
going
Eddie's
to
corner. Here we go.
we're gonna say
We're really
however
glad that you're our
this is
friend.
my corner.
Would you
shut
let
the
Eddie
hell
have his
up?
corner?
I was doing his theme
Mute your
song.
mic.
Go ahead, Eddie.
All right, we're gonna say how over LA Knight, RVD, and literally everyone else is, and how bad Austin Theory, Rene Dupree, and Sylvain Grenier are.
Just
Excuse-moi.
you got a big mouth, John Chana.
You got a big mouth, John Cena.
We miss Santino Marella.
We do
here on
miss
this
it.
podcast.
Santino's thriving. We talked about that earlier, though.
Yeah, he's thriving in Impact right now. Here's the deal. If you guys want to know why, it's late at night and we weren't impressed with wrestling this week. So you're kind of getting
An inside look of us.
yeah, whatever's going on inside our heads tonight. We really didn't sit down with too much structure because we kind of wanted to just talk.
Oh, we'll create a new segment right now that I just thought of off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Let's do yes or no. Would Boogeyman put worms in this person's mouth?
Ooh, bet. Okay, I'll go first.
Okay.
The ghost of Larry Zbyszko.
He dead?
Larry Zbyszko.
Probably not.
Go.
I don't know.
No.
No. Probably not. All
Your
right, your turn.
Okay. Cameron.
Grimes?
No.
Just
From the
Cameron?
Funkadactyls.
Funkadactyl?
Yes.
Oh, someone call my mama. I think the boogeyman. I think historically speaking, if you look at the boogeyman's victims of worms in their mouth, yes, he would
Charmel?
definitely put worms.
He gave
in,
Charmel a smooch.
yeah,
Mhm.
in
With
front
worms in his mouth.
in
Yeah.
front of King Booker.
Wasn't King
Look, yeah.
Booker.
King Booker.
I'm Black Snow.
Dude,
You're Zach.
go watch.
Oh Jesus.
Look, I know this is
Look at me
WWE.
bringing him into this. Hasn't he been through enough, Zach?
I know that this is a WWE podcast, but go watch the TNA Impact episode where Kevin Nash and Booker T are on the commentary table, and Booker T commentates his own match. He's in the ring with a headset on. Black Snow. It's
He
so
goes in the ring, has himself commentating, and he's wrestling. Like, oh, Booker T. Oh, he's gonna hit it. Oh, he's whooping his butt.
if you've made it this far into the episode,
Look,
you're
I
such a
said-
trooper.
I
think
said when we first started this, let's make it a wrestling podcast. But no.
everything we've talked about is still wrestling.
Yeah, but it's WWE.
Yeah, no. Oh, that? Yeah, no.
Yuck.
All right, here's the deal. If you've made it this far, thank you. You clearly support us. Thanks, Clayton, for getting this far. He's the only
And-
one who's going to watch this far in.
No. Hold on.
Oh,
We talked a pretty
Darn.
long time. Whenever we don't talk about what's happening in the wrestling world right now,
yeah.
we do better.
Yeah, but this whole random stream of consciousness where not a thought
No, we just
happens
need
and
to
it just
keep
falls
making
out of
new
our mouth.
segments.
What? We're going to have 18 segments this episode because we end it?
All right, let's see. Pretend you're Teddy Long. Who would you put in a tag team match against ex-partner in The Undertaker right now? Tell me. In Teddy Long voice.
Okay, well, first off, I'm not doing a Teddy Long impression.
Why not?
Holla, holla, holla.
Okay, chill out. I am gonna I'm overriding your segment with a new segment.
That's not how that works.
Who would you rather see get cashed in on? Roman Reigns or Seth Rollins?
That's a stupid segment. I liked mine better.
Yeah, but mine's relevant. I'm
Roman.
at least bringing us back a little bit. You want Roman to get cashed in on
Yep.
by Damian Priest?
Nope.
By LA Knight?
Yep.
Yeah.
He won the I don't even recall Damian Priest even grabbing the briefcase. I saw LA Knight on the ladder, then I passed out. LA Knight won in my book.
Are you trying to rewrite history right now?
Why did Damian Priest steal the briefcase from LA Knight? Shouldn't he give it back?
He won it in a Barcelona street fight back in 08.
What?
All right, Zach, your turn. Make a segment. Never mind. You don't have that creativity. Ed, go ahead and create a segment.
Call me Ed.
Eddie. Sorry.
Whatever. You're trying to literally take Brodus Clay's segment of being the Funkasaurus. You need 2 Funkadactyls right now. Who are you choosing?
LA Knight and Otis. Could you imagine?
Nope. Sub LA Knight right now for Rick
Uh,
Boobs.
Hold on, I got a good one.
Yeah.
I want my Funkadactyls to be really hairy, so I choose Cameron Grimes and Killian Dane.
Oh my God. The hairy
It's gonna be
Funkadactyls.
Mustache Mountain, but body hair mountain.
That's literally Killian Dane has more hair on his back than most people have in general. Fun fact.
That's true.
He counted them actually.
He
He did a live
his,
stream.
he counted his back hair on
Yeah,
the live
he did a live
stream.
stream. Nikki Cross, who wants to play with Nikki, pulled off the hairs out, and then she had to super glue them back on.
What happened
Wow.
to that thing that was going on with Nikki Cross where she was trying to get
Where
a
is
friend?
Nikki Cross?
Well, so Nikki Cross was a part of that whole storyline with The Way with
Candice LeRae.
perfect pixie princess. What's her name? Candice LeRae. And
Pixie
I forgot her name. And but because The Way isn't on TV right now, that means neither is Nikki because they're like not best friends.
Pixie.
That's what's her name? The pixie princess
The
or the
poison
perfect
pixie.
the
I
poison
think?
pixie. That's
Is
it.
that doesn't sound right either.
No, that's it. That
What
is
a
it.
stupid
It's
name.
Yeah, well, that's why I went with perfect
What? She
princess.
used to be so cool
She's
on
not
the
like
Pixie.
most girls.
She used to be so
Now
cool.
you're
No,
speaking
she's
my
not like
language.
most girls.
Now you're speaking my language, boy.
Mm.
Ew.
Anyway.
No. What? I gotta search this up. What's her nickname? If it's actually the
It's
poison pixie,
it's the poison pixie. I'm
she was so
telling
much
you.
cooler on the indies when she was like doing poison ranas on the Young Bucks.
Oh my god, it was probably so
when
much
she was
cooler.
having intergender matches.
It was probably
Yeah,
so
all the
much
time.
cooler when she was in NXT with groups like Schism. Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
Now do it one more time. It's fun.
Not maybe
Okay, I
later.
have a segment.
Okay.
No,
It's,
he's gonna do the
it's a
same
real
thing.
one. No, it's a real one
Okay.
because it's a previous idea I had anyway.
Yeah.
But tag team Money in the Bank.
Oh yes, I actually was thinking about this earlier.
Who would you want to be the first winners, and who do you want to
Swear.
be the first tag team
Don't
champions
tick
that
me
get
off
cashed
with
in
this.
on?
You're the type of guy who would tick me
No,
off in this.
I have a real answer for this. I think that the first tag team Money in the Bank winners should be Street Profits.
That's what I
Yes.
was going to say.
I think Street Profits deserves that distinction because
Where have they been?
They've had matches.
They've been having matches.
Yeah, nothing fancy, but
they're not in any
matches.
storyline right now.
No.
Though. Like it is what it is.
No,
But I think that would be a really good way to reintroduce them to the tag team main event.
I just feel like
Yeah.
I feel like that's another layer of creativity is tag team Money in the Bank.
I just want to know how that would work with two briefcases and if it works the same way as belts or if like can one person get both briefcases for their team or does the other person have to come get it, or if one person from one team and one person from another team gets those briefcases, do they have to cash in together like it's a new tag team?
Like that wild card stuff they're doing on AEW.
Yeah, stuff like that.
That's gross. No, I think it should just be one briefcase.
Oh, just one briefcase still?
Yeah.
And
Well, I
whoever
mean, it's kind of
grabs
like the
it-
tag titles. You never see the tag in a tag team ladder match. You never see like only one guy grab one title and then he's like, okay, I'm coming down.
Okay, yeah, buddy, you got to go get yours now.
Yeah.
Like,
No!
it'd be funny if that's how it was.
I mean, that'd be fine. Also, another segment that I just thought of too. You get that briefcase. What are you put? There's no way there's just a contract sitting in that thing.
Have
the
you not
entire
seen
time.
that segment? They actually WWE actually does interviews with them, and all the past Money in the Bank winners talked about like their plane tickets and all the other stuff that they carried in that briefcase. They use it for travel.
I just pour in a bunch of baked beans into that thing.
A baked bean.
Chocolate bit bookies?
A large boke. No, we're not doing this.
Sorry.
No. it's
Actually, there
okay.
was this really cool poem I think you heard earlier.
Can't do this to me.
No, go ahead.
Violets are red,
Hold
roses
on.
are blue. Where the hell is my nephew?
Where's my nephew? Look, sidebar for a second. Go check out the Wendy's Facebook page. Sorry. Go on.
Yes. Oh no. We're gonna get negative views on it.
That's what I'm saying, dude. This whole thing is unwatchable. If you made it
do
this
you
far.
realize we're in T-minus like 3 minutes to 30
Oh,
minutes?
yeah, dude. We are. This episode is nothing. If you made it this far into the episode,
We love you.
one of us paid you. Or you're Clayton.
Does someone want to win a Triple H pop figure without the pin that comes with it?
No, we're not
Does someone
doing.
want to win
pop
a Lindsay
giveaways.
Dorado 8x10?
What's the other one? Just Incredible?
Yeah, just incredible. No, the
From a
Lindsay
previous
Dorado
Wrestle
one was
Crate.
funnier. The Lindsay Dorado one
Oh
was
my god!
the
If you want an
funniest.
autographed Lindsay Dorado 8x10, if you know who Lindsay, our comment section is just gonna be who's Lindsay Dorado
He was in WWE.
for a cup of coffee.
in Lucha House Party.
Yeah,
Mhm.
he was the one. He was one of the ones that wasn't the Selena Del Sol guy. Who's that guy? Ultimo Dragon. What's his name?
That one may have been bad.
No, wait. What's his name?
It's Kalisto.
Kalisto. He had the same tail as Ultimo Dragon. It looked similar.
Not really.
Schism.
You know what sells it? Eddie can't see it on the other side of the laptop. I do the guitar. I do this. I go.
No, I see it every single time. Because you put it out here, you're like,
I think this is the last time we record an episode after like this late on a Friday
I
night.
don't think we're tired. It just literally wasn't that good of a week
Ugh.
of wrestling. And it's not bad.
But we
Like,
need continuity.
That's true. Zach, you're gonna be able to cut this up into so many different TikToks.
Yeah, but we are gonna. If you made it this far, I'm gonna announce we're starting a new TikTok series called "Guess the Pay-Per-View" with the.
I am the pay-per-view wizard.
Is that what I kept hearing when I was in the bathroom?
Well, you were in there for like 12 hours, so yeah, that's
I
probably.
was like, what are they yelling about in there?
I knocked on the door. I'm like, hello,
And I was like,
what?
hello.
What?
Hola. Buenos nachos. Oh, all right. Is it
Where is my nephew? It came back again.
Barb?
Who's Barb? Who's Bob?
Barb, you locked me outside. My baconator's in there.
This is so stupid.
Oh my
This whole episode is just
Look,
so
okay.
dumb.
On-
If this is our most viewed episode, I will throw
We need to just.
up.
No,
we just
I'm
need,
seriously
to, we just
gonna be
need
like,
to talk more of this. Our most viewed
you want to
episode.
talk wrestling?
Okay.
Throw our old intro.
No,
We'll
it's
talk
gonna be you
real.
going
What?
We'll just talk. Okay, so like the only thing worth talking about, in my opinion, was the tribal court, and that wasn't even the most that interesting.
Is anyone here anymore?
I mean, here's the
We
deal.
need to talk. We need to talk wrestling
Brock,
a little.
Brock did come back and attack Cody on Raw. That
Right.
did happen too. So
The trilogy.
we set up our third blow-off match between Cody and Brock that'll probably happen at SummerSlam. We have the triple threat women's title match between Asuka, Bianca,
Right.
and Charlotte that'll probably happen at SummerSlam.
And hopefully Io wins.
And hopefully somehow Io cashes in. We have Roman versus Jey Uso likely to happen at SummerSlam. I mean, are there any other SummerSlam matches right now?
Drew and Gunther.
Drew and Gunther for that belt.
Right.
Logan and Ricochet.
Oh yeah, I'm actually pretty interested in that match. I'm interested to see how Logan does in not a main event match with like Ricochet,
It's gonna
because
be a spot
Logan's
fest.
winning.
well, yeah, Logan's gonna win because there's not a belt on the line. But
And
like,
he hasn't won.
well, he won against the Miz, right? But
That doesn't
when you
count.
go back and watch the match against the Miz, it's gonna be a completely different type of match than with Ricochet, because they're, again, like you said, it's gonna be a spot fest. So
Yep. Otherwise, Becky and Trish.
do we think it's gonna be
Becky
Becky and
and
Trish or
Bish?
Becky and Zoe?
No, it'll be Becky and Trish.
All right.
Probably somehow going to get Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville against Liv and Raquel. I just
No,
like
people are thinking that Raquel's gonna go against Rhea. By the way,
that'd be
Really?
a good match. That'd be a really good match. I just don't want to see like. I feel like not this. Well, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like there have been some like kind of BS matches recently
Like what?
where it's like we just throw a match on just like, here you go.
Well, if you listen to what the internet has to say, Vince has been coming in and out of creative over the last couple weeks.
I mean, it is.
That's probably what that is.
It's like regardless of if he sells his portions, it's still his company, based off of what everyone wants it to be.
Well, yeah.
So, like, I just feel like, hey, he's always going to be there. He croaks, essentially, which isn't a bad thing. He created it. He's the reason why it's on this big platform and we don't have territories anymore.
through the 5 stages of grief, you're on the realization that you just have to accept it now.
I don't care. As long as Triple H maintains the day-to-day and Vince only changes 1 or 2 things,
know
it's not
Vince.
that bad.
I mean, side note, Triple H wasn't at Raw, and I know we didn't really like care or really remember a
yeah,
lot
but
about
Bruce,
Raw, but it
Bruce
wasn't
Pritchard
bad.
was running Raw, wasn't he?
Yeah, which is he's supposedly always the backup after if they
Yeah.
aren't there. So,
Mhm.
but it honestly wasn't horrible for Triple H not even being
And it's
there.
been booking for the WWE for like the past 30 years,
Yeah,
which is like too much for him.
yeah.
I've gotten through. Another thing I wanted to talk about. One of my favorite stages of all time is the Royal Rumble 2000 stage in Madison Square Garden. They carried that same stage on for a really, really long time, and they just got rid of it. Why?
What are you talking about?
But like
right
the
now?
You know,
gates opening,
like at the Royal Rumble 2008 pay-per-view. You remember that
and
pay-per-view?
John Cena.
The
was
swinging open
yeah,
doors.
the swinging
Yeah,
open doors. It's like a shorter run.
it's a
to the
shorter
ring.
ramp. Yeah, they went with the
I
classic.
loved
style.
that. That was
I liked it too.
great. That's like one of my favorite stages ever.
Mm-hmm.
And they just took it away and made everything normal.
You mean for tonight's Madison Square Garden?
No, just in like over the past, like, I'd say 10 years, it's been like that.
Oh, you're talking about just specialized pay-per-view sets in general. We've had this diatribe before.
No, for Madison Square Garden specifically.
Oh, whatever.
No.
So you brought up Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville.
Yeah.
Caden Carter and Katana Chance. Why are they losing?
Because I thought they would lose when they got called up to the main roster anyways. To me, it's
They
not.
haven't won yet.
I thought they have
Or
one.
no, they won the first match, and then
Can I confess something?
Yeah.
Can you say those two names again?
Caden Carter
Aiden Carter,
and Katana Chance.
Katana Chance. So if you put those two, and then who's the other two? Isla Dawn and
Alba Fire.
Alba Fire. If you just put those four in a row, and then those four names above them, and then scrambled it and told me to line it back up, I couldn't. No idea who any of those four are.
I know who they are. I'm a wrestling fan.
It's just the whole same reason why did Isla Dawn and Alba Fire lose the title?
Or as Clayton says, Isla Dawn. He
I'm
did
so
it for
glad
like
you said that.
he's
I was
did it
thinking
for
that.
like 2 or 3 weeks now, and I'm just like, you're gonna keep saying Isla Dawn, and no one's
I
gonna
haven't
say
corrected
anything.
him. Well, now you have to listen so you figure this out, Clayton. I was just about to touch on that too.
Yep.
Like, he keeps calling her the wrong name, and we all say it right, and he just does not process.
I think it's a bit. I'm sure he's gonna see this and be like, guys, it was a bit.
Vanilla Isla Dawn.
Vanilla Isla Dawn, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, is there anything else we need to talk about? I think that's about it for us on this random. This is just
a short.
This has just been a
episode.
random stream
It
of
wasn't even
consciousness.
short. We still got 40 minutes of it.
Dude, shut up.
It was still good.
I mean, this is
my favorite episode now.
I can't. It's not. I mean, it's my favorite in that it was kind of fun to record. But this
You want to bring
not.
your friend over there on?
This is not listen toable.
You want to bring your friend over there on?
Him?
Yeah.
You?
Not me. I'm
Him?
talking to no. You
Me.
need to bring your friend.
My
over
friend or him?
There. He is your
You.
friend.
You're.
No, he's not my. Well, I mean,
He's
he is
in
my
your
friend.
house.
He's in my house, but he's his friend. So you better, control your boy. I wish you guys saw who I was talking about.
All right. If you made it this far, thanks for listening to the stream of consciousness that fell out of our mouths with no thought behind it.
Just don't let Vince run the show. This is essentially what this episode means. I think Vince ran everything this week.
It could be because Triple H was on vacation, so he
That was
probably...
a 3-minute match between AJ Styles and Karrion Kross, which should be at least a 10-minute match.
Yeah, that's
Sue me.
There's an Impact pay-per-view in 2015 where that's the main event. Eddie, take us through the socials.
Okay. Our socials are Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. And also make sure to listen to this podcast every single week on Spotify and Apple Music.
If you don't listen this week, I won't be offended.
I will. This is us. Sue us.
Don't.
Don't.
We're already gonna get copyright stricken because I sound exactly like the song.
Also, if you do finish this actual episode, you'll be entered for a chance to win an iPhone 14 Pro.
No, you won't. Stop promising things.
No, you're gonna win a Triple H pop figure.
No,
without
we're not
the
doing
pin.
the pop figure giveaway.
I was going to give you my Lindsay 8x10.
Just trying to get rid of
I
it.
don't care if
He
you
doesn't
don't
wanna-
want it. You're getting it.
All right. He's been Eddie, Zach. I've been Randy. Thank you for
No,
joining
I'm still
us.
Eddie.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's Eddie. That's Zach. I'm Randy. Thank you for joining us. Clayton, save us. We'll see you soon.
I'm going to put Vince out of his misery already.